noticed that many of you are calling in from around the country, which is very cool, and my hope is that you're going to find some things of interest despite the geographic differences between where you're at in the Pacific Northwest. And then I'm going to highlight 2 examples. So Nick brought up the first example, the Jamestown Sklallam tribe, which is a adaptation plan that's published, currently involved in another one. So I'm going to highlight those 2 as examples. So again, I think I'm here because of work primarily with the Jamestown Sklallam tribe as part of a partnership with Adaptation International, and we were engaged to help the tribe with a comprehensive climate change assessment, and my role was primarily to focus on sea level rise. And it's a small coastal tribe on the Olympic Peninsula of Washington State. So I've put a red arrow there pointing to sort of their usual and accustomed area. The tribe has significant coastal infrastructure and also just assigns a lot of cultural value to the coastal environment. So sea level rise was of significant interest to them in terms of assessing their vulnerability to climate change. And then currently, I'm engaged in a process with a lot of the same partners, Adaptation International, a project funded by the Department of Commerce in the state of Washington, to essentially do a climate change preparation plan for the entirety of the North Olympic Peninsula in Washington State. So a very similar process to the Jamestown tribe, except for it's a much larger geographic area, and it cuts across a variety of different levels of government. There's city government, county government, tribal, 3 different tribal governments, and so it's a much sort of more complex project that we're currently engaged in a variety of ways. Okay, and so then before we dive into sort of the sea level background, I also wanted to point out that really little of what I'm going to talk about today is new stuff. The framework that